Yo, 365, shake my hand. Good morning. I didn't want to make a video. I've been trying, as best as I can to get a nice picture of what is in front of you, and I've essentially struggled. All the pictures I took came out a little bit blurry, and so I thought, let me just do a 2-minute video. Right, so these are the pictures. See, it wasn't gonna, without your ability to zoom in, you were going to suffer, and it's actually quite blurry. But anyways, this is what I want to just show you guys. Look, I get it. Trading is hard. I get it. I get it. And it's hard partly because a lot of people don't know what to do, but it's also hard fundamentally because your conjecture of wanting money now and trading for your future always has paradoxical moments. Those things oppose each other. But let's look at these big currencies, right? Right, just right in front of us. This is like the monthly time frame. This is the dollar, right? Well, there's no way. We know for a fact we're in an uptrend, right? Yeah, we're approaching a supply, but we can see the dollar is going up. We know for a fact that euro is going down. Euro USD, inverse correlation. This one is going up, this one is going down. I can make money with that idea. JPY has found itself all the way to the bottom at a possible demand. The problem with JPY is if you look at this demand, it's over tapped, right? If I was able to draw a line here, if I was able to get this to become an interactive chat, and maybe as I go through them one by one, right, we can talk about these things. But from what I can tell here, we already kind of like deep into a demand. And because of that, we really should be expecting some type of a break, long-term break of a big structure, of a price to bounce in that demand, right? Because remember, demands are generally used for that. JPY is JXY, right? So I'm just like, I'm just showing you guys how I start my day. I'm looking at the markets. London session is about to start, or at least at the time I'm recording this video, all right? So this is showing us, see this bullish engulfing candle, right? It's showing us this bullish engulfing candle. And that's why I'm saying markets are in too deep inside the zone, right? They should have rejected. But like I've been teaching you guys, and it's important to come for the war rooms, right? Especially if you're not a registered student, right? Because you're not going to get everything out of the war rooms, but you will definitely get a lot of value there, right? It won't be everything, but you're going to start to really understand the difference between how you trade and why we trade the way we trade. Because you can tell that anything on the other side of this trend line has been taken out consistently. So my long term for 2022, I see JPY weakening a little bit further, and it's happening. It's taking out this demand. I'm like, okay, fine. So dollar is strong, euro long term is weak, inverse correlation. JPY is sinking, makes sense given what's going on in the world. Look at the pound, right? Pound goes up and then pound starts to drop and then it's trading sideways for now. Euro goes up and then euro starts to drop and is trading a little bit sideways for now. Interesting, right? Same. CAD shoots up, starting to come back down, trading a little bit sideways. Interesting. Swiss franc, I hate it. But anyways, sideways trading from up to down. If you look at the AUD and the NZD, risk-sensitive assets like pound, like euro, look at all this. This is that March candlestick. This is somewhere in March 2020 COVID. These are literally identical charts, guys. Look at this. I mean, this is AUD going up and then coming down. NZD, same time frame, going up and coming back down. So I get a sense of what's going on in my governor. I mean, I can do this once a week with the governor, but every day, out of routine before I start, I remind myself of the big picture. Right now I'm on the mayoral time frame. It's similar to what the governor is doing, steady upward push from what this thing can show us. Euro steady downward push into a bullish engulfment. That's interesting, right? EXY is about to make contact with something that looks like a bullish engulfment, and DXY is about to make contact with something that looks like a bearish engulfment. Right? This, we know what's going on there, right? Look at the pound, right? There was some upward momentum and then a drop. 2 weeks took out almost like a month's worth of gains, and then tried to push up, but now they're changing to the side. CAD, similar story. Swiss franc, whatever. AUD, very similar story in terms of structure. Just look at, it's literally, you get a good trade on AUD, you almost know you can play the exact same trade idea on NZD pairs. Not all of them, but most of them. Right now, we're looking at the daily, which is actually a better time frame to make judgments as an intraday trader, right? So those of you who will be attending my module 3, right? This is where your life starts, because now that you know the whole story from A to Z, as an intraday trader, this is your God, right? This is literally the climate of your trades today. Is the dollar moving away or towards a supply on the daily? If it is, cool. Look at euro. So on daily, we've got 2 green candles, which represent probably last week Friday, and then yesterday Monday, and this little red there is currently today. On euro, we've got 2 red candles, Monday and last week Friday, and this little green one is happening today. These 2 candles could close. This one could close green on the upside today, and this one could close red on the downside today. This could also be a PCP where markets actually play with us today and give us one pause, a market pause, a red candle before going up. But the trend on the daily matches the trend on the weekly, which matches the trend on the monthly. Interesting. Right, AUD, I'm just going to skip down to AUD and NZD. Like for last week, red, right? 1, 2, 3, and now we've got almost a red or a little market pause. Pound sideways trading, right? Coming from a nice downward trend, we have what seems to be a retracement. Leroy, why is this a retracement? Well, price didn't finish the leg, right? It stopped here. If you draw a Fibonacci on your daily time frame from day to day, you'll realize it's a retracement. Could price come a little bit higher? Yes, it could, all right? But we have to watch these two carefully together. CAD, Swiss franc, same story. Then we really want to take it down a notch. Now that you know all of this, look at the red candle that we saw on the daily, on the dollar, on the daily chart. Look what it looks like now when you drop down to the current hour. It looks like on the hourly time frame, if we could draw an upward trend line, it would look something like this. And then we'll see breaking structure. Not only that, we'll then now start to see, okay, look, we're looking at some PCPs, some consolidation. There's a range here. If you look at euro, you have this downward structure. If you draw a trend line from there to there, you'll see there's a break in structure, and our markets are getting ready to move up. I'm bringing this up because remember, there's some trades, for example, on euro USD where we want to get triggered. Right, there are some trades on those of you who've got full access to my trading plan and extra, you know that we've not yet been triggered on a very particular trade. Price is now bouncing here on euro USD. If I go to H4, pretty sure I'm going to find an order block, and that's the order block. Overall, if you go to the H1, which is where I think we were, see here, chart hourly, this is the hourly chart. If you come to the H1 chart, you will see that on the 1 hour time frame from the last market phase, last market leg, swing high to swing low on the 1 hour for intraday traders. Remember, everybody has their own trend. Intraday traders have their own trend, swing traders and positional traders have their own trend. For intraday traders, they are seeing an uptrend right now. There's a break of market structure in the short term, and we want them to see that. We also not only want them to see that, we want them to put their money behind what they see. Because for some of us, where we know this supply is broken, we are looking forward to selling here, maybe on Friday, maybe on Thursday, maybe next week Monday, but very soon we're hoping that every single person who is into an upward momentum here can push this market up. And if they push this market up, because we've already seen that here there is a reverse correlation, we should expect that the DXY should slowly but surely start to take a break, right? So they broke a supply. We thank you very much. And now we must acknowledge it. Maybe price will come back down to this area here, you know, something like that. Or maybe price will even come down all the way there. But while price is coming down, it allows for things like euro, AUD to start rallying back all the way up. Okay, and if you just do this exercise, honestly, as often as possible, every single day, you will get something out of it, right? But if you want, obviously, full acknowledgement of supply and demand, holistic approach to a market, profitable, consistent trading, then check out the link down below that I'm going to post with this video. That's all, guys. I just wanted to run you through this. I mean, there's more to my morning routine. We could throw in some Forex live data if you want, but like I said, I wasn't even planning on making a video. And markets are about to open, right? So I need to go look at the tape and to see, market strength as they open. But there it is. There it is. This is a good thing. Instead of starting your day with social media, I go through all these trends. I go through all these headlines. I don't care about the trade ideas in them. I just want to know what the smartest of the world's financial market analysts are saying. UK job claims change from negative 39 to negative 43 prior. That's interesting. That is very interesting. Everybody's always obsessed about NFP. Which is just for the United States, but really don't really care much about any other countries' NFP, right? It's like, okay, it's not called NFP in other countries, right? It's just job change data. I just wonder where that data came out. So see, AUD is going to have an unemployment rate change as well. Its own NFP basically on Thursday this week. Anything else? Doesn't look like much. Bullard, I covered this yesterday. Right, so not much is happening. I mean, PPI is important, but I'm pretty sure we can already see the dollar is planning for that, right? It's already dropping, right? When PPI drops, I'm pretty sure PPI will be positive. I can't see why it would be negative. It was negative last month. That's quite interesting. And in December, it was ridiculously positive, right? But PPI is basically just price of finished goods and services sold by the producer. And we've been talking about price increments, right? So it'll be interesting to see if they decide to use this to manipulate the markets or they just actually just push the dollar up. But yeah, 0.6, 0.7 is where I would put the PPI at 330 today. But if that comes out negative, that's still fine, right? CAD, CPI, I've dealt with CPI, except look, my point is, I never start my mornings just rushing into the markets, right? I want to understand what happened last night. You do this for about 3 to 4 months. Market lingo, market language just becomes part of your day-to-day, right? So this is a very good place. Forex Live, I tell my students to come here all the time. Another good place, CNBC. This is your job, right? You want to become a trader. So this is it. This is your job. This is what your job entails, right? CNBC. And then I'm going to click here on US because, like I said, I'm very interested when market opens in the afternoon today. Oh man. All right. So let me just turn off the ads real quick. Turn on the ads once. I'm interested to see Russell, right? Russell, even in the futures market, right? So before the pre-market opening and all that kind of stuff, I'm always interested to see how Russell is handling the drop. Russell is dropping a whole lot more, 0.46 than our mega caps. Look at Nasdaq at just at almost break even from yesterday's close at 0%. But SP 500 negative 38. The Dow, a very, very big one, minus 50. So I want to see how this will change at market open, right? Headlines, US closes its embassy, right? Okay, fine. So there's still a little bit of fear of a potential war, all right? And that's it. This is your job, right? Your 10-year yield, your fear index. This is your job. You're a trader. This is your job. It's not about always taking profit. It's about making sure you're well prepared to take profit. This is your job, right? It's not enough that you have me to take signals from. If I get busy, and I do get busy, then what? Then your account doesn't grow, right? It's a problem. This is your job. You are a trader. This is part of it. Everybody, 365, shake my hand. Have a beautiful Tuesday. Peace.